Hi, every Nation New York City. This is Pastor Shino. I'm on here with one of my good friends, Demario Davis. And we just want to continue our talk on Black history makers. Demario plays football for the New Orleans Saints. He is arguably the best linebacker in the game, and I will argue anybody on that. And great husband, great father. But outside of his accolades, God has given Demario a platform. And so, D, what is an impact? What is an initiative that you've taken to really help the African-American community?
I think the biggest initiative that I've taken on is joining as a task force member for the Players Coalition. I joined the Players Coalition back in 2017, and it was a group of collective players at that time in the NFL that wanted to work in social justice space collectively and using our platform to pool resources, to pool ourselves together for political purposes as well, to help create change in communities of color that have traditionally been excluded from the conversation in terms of everything that have gone on in our country. And so we identified 4 pillars that we really felt that we could hit and tackle and create significant impact. That was in education, that was in policing, that was in economic advancement, and that was in criminal justice reform. We've impacted legislation in 19 states. We've seen over 20 bills get passed that we've actively participated on. We've done millions of dollars in grants to schools and closing the digital divide. So we've had a ton of success. And that was something that I always wanted to be a part of, is some type of collective, people working together, especially athletes, and using our resources to create change.
Who has inspired you to do what you're doing today? Who have you looked to in the past that's inspired you to do what you're doing today?
Well, I think growing up, I was inspired by a multitude of individuals that worked and used their platform in significant ways, such as Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. I've watched almost every documentary or read almost every material that you can read on those 2 individuals, the type of leaders that they were. I've read up on Muhammad Ali, artists like that were in the entertainment business, like Tupac Shakur, people who used their platform not to just do what they did, but to raise a level of social consciousness that wasn't existing, or being highlighted or emphasized as much after I gave my life to the Lord and started to want to be more kingdom-minded and wanting to build the kingdom, being inspired by great leaders such as Francis Chan, Matt Chandler, John Piper, Tony Evans, pastors such as that were moving and sharing the gospel in really rich ways. And so I think I'm a mixture of that social justice, social conscience mentality in an aggressive way, but also in a tender-hearted gospel presentation oriented way. And so I feel like the greatest imitator of this is Christ, and just how mission-minded he was and how he could go and preach a sermon to thousands, but at the same time, he was able to disciple his 12. And I think that's just how I live. And so for me, every day I wake up, it's about building the kingdom. Now, how the kingdom is going to be built, or what organization I'm going to be working with, or what platform I'm going to be used may change. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's about bringing people closer to the kingdom and bringing humanity closer together.
Well, D, man, I thank you for your time. I know you're coming off that Super Bowl weekend, and you hit the ground running, taking care of the wife and children, and getting back out there and doing great things in the community. Every Nation New York City loves you. I know your family, and we just say thank you, man, once again for what you're doing, and thank you for being a history maker, being a man of color, a man of integrity and character, and out there doing big things that others one day will look and see you and say, man, I want to do what he's doing with the gifts, talents, and treasures I've been given. So thank you, D, for your time.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, man. Anytime.